Hello, I'm Alex, your host, and this is the first episode of English with the Hobbit. Have you ever dreamed of stepping into a world of adventure, magic, and mythical creatures? A world where small, humble beings can go on incredible journeys, where dragons guard treasures, and where every corner is filled with mystery. Well, today we're diving into one of the most beloved fantasy stories of all time, The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. In this lesson, we're going to explore the first few lines of The Hobbit, not just reading them, but truly understanding them. We'll break down difficult vocabulary, analyze the grammar, and uncover the deeper meaning behind Tolkien's words. Whether you're learning English or simply love literature, this is the perfect opportunity to enhance your language skills while enjoying a classic story. Many English learners struggle with literary language. Stories like The Hobbit use rich descriptions, complex sentence structures, and unique expressions that can be challenging to understand. But don't worry, that's exactly why I'm here. Together, we'll go step by step, making everything clear and easy to grasp. We'll start by reading the passage aloud, then we'll highlight and explain difficult words. After that, we'll dive into grammar, looking at special structures like inversion, adjective order, and parallelism. By the end of this lesson, you'll not only understand the passage, but also learn how to use these structures in your own English speaking and writing. So, grab your notebook, get comfortable, and let's embark on this exciting journey through language and literature. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an English lesson like this. Now, let's step into the world of The Hobbit. An unexpected party. Unexpected comes from the verb expect and means not foreseen or surprising. The prefix "un" means not, so unexpected equals not expected. It's a past participle adjective, commonly used to describe events, surprises, or outcomes. The phrase suggests that a party happened unexpectedly, meaning it was not planned or anticipated. This creates curiosity. Parties are usually planned, so an unexpected one hints at surprise or chaos. Now let's start the story. In a hole in the ground, there lived a hobbit. Not a nasty, dirty, wet hole filled with the ends of worms and an oozy smell, nor yet a dry, bare, sandy hole with nothing in it to sit down on or to eat. It was a hobbit hole, and that means comfort. Difficult words and their meanings. All right, let's go through some of the tricky words from this passage. I'll explain them one by one so you can understand them clearly. First up, we have the word nasty. If something is nasty, it means it's very unpleasant or disgusting. Imagine really bad food, a terrible smell, or a dirty room. That's nasty. Next, we have dirty. This one is simple. It means not clean. If your hands are covered in mud, they are dirty. If your clothes haven't been washed in weeks, they are dirty. Now, let's talk about wet. What means covered with or full of water? If you walk in the rain without an umbrella, your clothes will be wet. But what about oozy? This is an interesting word. It means something is sticky, slimy, and wet, like mud or something leaking from a tree. Imagine stepping into a puddle of thick, gooey mud. Yeah, that's oozy. Now we have smell. A smell is just a scent, something you notice with your nose. In this passage, it talks about an oozy smell, which probably means something that doesn't smell very nice. Then we have dry. It means the opposite of wet, without moisture. A desert is dry. A towel is supposed to be dry, unless someone forgets to hang it up after a shower. Next, the word bare. This means empty or without covering. If a tree has no leaves, it's bare. If a room has no furniture, it's bare. And then we have sandy. This means full of sand or having a sand-like texture. Think about a beach. The ground is sandy. If you go barefoot on a sandy road, your feet will get covered in tiny grains of sand. Now, here's an important one, Hobbit hole. What is that? Well, it's a cozy underground home where a hobbit lives. It's not just any hole in the ground. It's a warm, comfortable place with food, furniture, and a round door. And finally, we have comfort. Comfort means a state of physical ease and relaxation. Imagine sitting in a soft chair with a warm cup of tea on a cold day. That's comfort. So now you know these words. Try using them in your own sentences. And if you have any questions, drop a comment below. All right, now that we've covered the vocabulary, let's break down the grammar in this passage. There are some really cool structures here that make the writing more engaging and descriptive. 1. Inversion for storytelling. Let's start with the very first sentence. In a hole in the ground there lived a hobbit. Wait a minute, that word order seems a little strange, right? Normally, we'd say, a hobbit lived in a hole in the ground. But Tolkien didn't write it that way. Why? Because he used inversion, a special sentence structure where we put the verb before the subject. This is common in storytelling because it sounds more dramatic and poetic. You'll often see inversion in fairy tales, like in a faraway kingdom, there lived a wise king, or on top of the mountain stood an ancient castle. Sounds more magical, right? So, if you want to make your English sound more like a story, try using inversion. 2. Adjective stacking. Now, let's look at this phrase, not a nasty, dirty, wet hole. Here, we see 3 adjectives before the noun hole. They follow a natural order: nasty, an opinion; dirty, a condition; wet, a physical state. In English, adjectives usually follow a set order. For example, we say a beautiful old wooden table and not a wooden old beautiful table. This order makes the sentence sound natural. 3. Parallel structure with nor yet. The passage also uses parallel structure with nor yet a dry, bare, sandy hole. This phrase is a contrast to the first part. The first hole is nasty, dirty, and wet. The second hole is dry, bare, and sandy. This repetition makes the writing more balanced and rhythmic. You can use nor yet in your own sentences too. She wasn't angry, nor yet completely calm. It wasn't a failure, nor yet a success. This adds depth and contrast to your writing. So in just one short passage, we see inversion for a dramatic effect, adjective stacking in the correct order, parallel structure with nor yet to create contrast. Try using these structures in your own English practice. See you in the next episode. Goodbye.